What's up, Barnhill family? Welcome to the first ever installment of a show that we've been working on for quite some time, and we're so excited to bring it to you. This show is called Fire Picks Friday. Now guys, the way this is going to work is Nick and I are both going to give you our Fire Picks, 30 seconds of each prediction on the main card in whatever is the biggest fight of this coming week, plus a wild card match, which we will choose on our own. It can be any combat sport, can be submission grappling, boxing, you name it. Now, the way this is going to work is the person who got the most predictions correct the previous week will get to sit in a nice comfy chair, while the loser will have to sit in a 140-degree plus infrared sauna and be a little uncomfortable for their picks. So since this is our first week, we don't have a winner or loser. We're going to start with a simple game of rock, paper, scissors.
That's right, the easiest way to settle the score all the way back from elementary days, and it still works today as grown men with gray hair in our beard. So, you ready?
Ready? And rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Ha ha! All right, guys, so Nick's going to get more appropriately dressed. He's going to hop in the hot seat. I'm going to get in the comfy chair, and we're going to give you the predictions for UFC 246.
Right. I'm in the hot seat. He's in the comfy cool seat. Let's just get these fight predictions rolling.
Who
you got for me first?
Alrighty, so let's get into the main card. UFC 246, guys. The first fight on the main card, Anthony Showtime Pettis versus Diego Ferreira. I think that's how you pronounce it.
It's hard for me to go against Showtime Pettis. I mean, that guy was on the Wheaties box. His last two opponents have been bigger guys. You know, getting a knockout victory against somebody like Wonder Boy is almost unheard of. I got to go with Showtime Pettis, and I think he's going to do it in spectacular Showtime fashion. Second round KO.
All right. Next up, we got Claudia Gadelha and Alexa Grasso.
I got to go with my girl Grasso here. Claudia Gadelha, leading up to the fight, has kind of talked about how she lost her passion for the fighting, and then now she's regained it. And I know she's moved over to New Jersey, started training with Mark Henry and those guys. I'm sure that being a great squad, that she's getting good training. But if your mind's not in it, then I just don't think you can be committed 100%. I got Grasso by TKO stoppage, third round.
Alrighty, now we get into the heavy guys.
Big boys.
Alexei Olenek and Maurice Green.
Oh man, well the Olenek, he's the choke master. He's come up crazy with that from the bottom. What is it? The Von Flue choke.
It's an anaconda from the bottom.
Anaconda from the bottom. That's it. So I got to go with my guy. I think he's going to give up his position, and his opponent Maurice Green is going to think that he's in a good position, and he's going to get choked out with the infamous anaconda from the bottom.
Interesting.
First round.
Wow, yeah. Okay. Holly Holm, Raquel Pennington. This is a rematch.
Yeah, and Holm won the first one. Pennington is a monster. I think she's one of those girls that always remains in the top 5, but I don't think she has quite what it takes to beat a Holly Holm, somebody with that high level of striking. And look, Holly Holm's the greatest fighter with about a 500 record the UFC's ever seen. I think Holly Holm plays a smart game with her striking, picks her apart, and gets a unanimous decision victory.
Very good. All right, now into the main event of the evening. Donald Cowboy Cerrone and Conor, notorious Conor McGregor. Who you got?
If there's two guys I wanted to see win a fight simultaneously, it's these two guys. No one deserves to beat Conor McGregor more than Cowboy Cerrone, but nobody deserves to get another victory in the UFC like Conor McGregor. So I have to go with who I think skill-wise is going to handle the fight. Personally, I think speed's going to come into play. I think elusiveness and creativity with the striking is going to come into play. We know it's going to be a stand-up bout. I got Conor McGregor getting a TKO stoppage, I would say third or fourth round.
Okay.
He's gonna show his gas tank. I think it's gonna be a little better that he's not cutting weight, and he's gonna come in a little under 70. But all in all, I see a great fight happening. I think he loses some rounds, but all in all, gets the victory.
Cool. Now give me your wild card fight. So this can be any combat sports event that's taking place. It could be a fight on the prelims. It could be a boxing match. It could be a jiu-jitsu match.
Right. So, you know, I'm going to definitely give you in the future, I'm going to be giving you my Jake Paul versus give predictions in my Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder predictions. But for this one, the card is so stacked that the prelims even have some monster fights on them. And I'm going to go with Andre Touchy-Feely versus Sadiq Youssef. This is a fight where, right off the bat, I'm assuming the young, hungry monster in Sadiq Youssef is going to come in there and mollywop him. But then you realize that Andre Feely has more than 25 fights on his career. Not UFC, but in his MMA career. So he's actually a bit of a veteran. And, I'm not willing to count him out completely, but I do see Youssef playing it smart because he's early in his career and getting a stoppage in like the third round.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, guys, that's Nick's prediction. Just to recap, you chose Pettis, Grasso, Olenek, Holm, McGregor, and Sadiq Youssef.
That's right. Those are my people. If you're a betting person, take my advice. Don't take my advice. If I win you money, you're welcome. If I lose you money, then better luck next time. But hey, let's chop over to Steven and see what he thinks about this fight card. Steven, let's break into this main card. Who do you think between Anthony Showtime Pettis and Diego Ferreira?
So this is an excellent matchup. This is a good, tough test for Showtime. And shout out to Diego. He got a lot of his fights. He's got a great history with Legacy, which is out of Houston, Texas. So he's got a lot of fights here and in the H-Town area. So shout out to him. That said, I don't think he gets the job done against Showtime. Showtime is kind of having a resurgence in the sense that he's putting on a lot of great performances, knocking out the likes of Wonderboy Thompson. He's looking fantastic, and he still is actually a very young man, which is something that a lot of people don't realize, seeing as he has been in the spotlight for so long. I think Pettis gets this done, and I think he gets it done by submission late in the fight.
Okay, top or bottom?
Bottom position, let's go triangle.
Cool. All right, second fight of the night, we got Claudia Gadelha versus Alexis Grasso.
So this is an excellent fight as well. Claudia Gadelha, she talked openly about having some doubts and going through some problems mentally, trying to get herself motivated and back into the fight game to compete at the highest of levels. She is an excellent fighter. I just don't think she has enough to get past Grasso in this fight. Grasso's going to have the edge in the striking, and I don't think Gadelha will be able to get her to the ground. I see this being a decisive decision victory for Alexa Grasso.
Yeah, that girl's on a tear, and definitely somebody to watch out for in this year of 2020.
Big 2020 year.
All right, we got Alexander Olenek, the heavyweight, versus Maurice Green, the other heavyweight. Who you got?
So this is the big boys showdown. It's hard to pick against a guy that when you mount him, he essentially has you exactly where he wants you. That said, I'm going to pick against him. Okay. I do think Maurice Green gets the nod here. I think he's going to outpower Olenek. Olenek's getting a little long in the tooth. He's a little older. He's a grizzled veteran. I think Green gets past him and also has a good 2020.
Yeah. After everybody sees that anaconda choke from the bottom a few times, they kind of get privy to it and can figure it out and how to avoid it.
Absolutely. It's like, no, I'm not mounting you, sir.
Yeah. All right, well, the next fight on the card is Holly Holm versus Raquel Pennington, a great female fight.
This is a fantastic matchup. Holly Holm is one of those people that in any other era, people would be talking about her being the GOAT. She just happened to be in the Amanda Nunes era.
Right.
That said, I do think she gets past Raquel. Holly's a little bit more polished of a striker, a little bit more experience in the big fights, and even though this is not necessarily a title fight, it's on a major card, so that excitement, that pressure, celebrities in the crowd are all going to play in Holly's favor. I think she's going to rise to the occasion. She's going to shine. She's going to win a decisive victory by decision.
If anyone deserves to win a fight on a Conor McGregor card, it's Holly Holm.
That's right.
All right, well, the main event, we just spoke his name. Who you have in Cowboy Cerrone versus Conor McGregor?
I have the fans winning this one. This is a phenomenal matchup, and everybody is going to enjoy this.
Yeah.
That said, the fighter that will get their hand raised at the end of the night will be Conor McGregor. Conor is a little bit more precise of a striker, in my opinion. He's looking very good. I can only take what Kavanaugh said at face value, which is that this is the best he's seen Conor look. I trust him to be a man of his word. I do think Conor feels the pressure even if he doesn't say it overtly. He has not gotten a win inside the octagon since 2016. I think he is going to rise to the occasion, and we're going to see a spectacular Conor McGregor performance against a very tough and very game Cowboy. Conor doesn't get off easy, though. This is a war that goes 4 rounds, and Conor gets a TKO victory in the 4th.
Hey, that's a great night of fights for fans.
That's right.
Before we leave, though, who's your wild card fight of the night?
So my wild card fight of the night is, and then what about how many great female fights there are on this card? So we have Roxanne, the Humble Warrior Modafferi versus Macy Barber.
Macy's the undefeated monster on the tear.
Yes, Macy is a very good fighter, and Roxanne is a fantastic next opponent for Macy.
Yeah.
I don't think that Roxanne has quite enough to get past Macy. I see Macy winning this fight in pretty decisive fashion. I don't see it being stopped because Roxanne is just a tough veteran of the sport. She's a great fighter. One side note, just very quickly, she texted Macy Barber when she got to the hotel to let her know that they didn't have the bathtubs in the rooms as they had expected for the weight cut, just so that she could have no unexpected surprises when she arrived to Vegas. Doesn't get any nicer than the Humble Warrior.
Sounds like a stand-up person.
Very, very nice person.
Yeah.
Macy Barber is going to win this fight. Mm-hmm. She's going to win by a tough decision, possibly even split decision victory.
Yeah. Well, Macy Barber is on a tear, and I think gaining a little experience against a game fighter like the Humble Warrior is exactly what she needs to continue on the road that she's headed down.
That's it. Guys, thanks so much for watching our inaugural episode of Fire Picks Friday. Look for this to drop every single Friday. So just to recap, Nick chose, let's see here, Anthony Pettis, Alexa Grasso, Olenek, Holm, McGregor, and Yusuf.
Yeah, I'm starting to think that your predictions sounded a lot like my predictions.
Except for one big one. So I have Pettis, Grasso, I have Maurice Green over Olenek. I have Holly Holm, Conor McGregor, and then obviously our wild cards were different fights altogether.
Yeah.
So I have Macy Barber in that. Guys, stay tuned. Watch the fights. Then you'll know which one of us next week is going to be sitting in that hot seat right there.
Yep. It ain't going to be me. Y'all have a good one. Enjoy those fights.
Subscribe to the channel, guys. The Barnhill Brothers. We're dropping new episodes every Wednesday and Friday.
Yes.